Welcome aboard for a Sunday here on the A Game. I'm getting used to this new backdrop. There's nothing behind me. This is wild. I'm Rob Acampora here on the Jersey Shore from a shared universe studios owned by Ming Chen himself from Comic Book Man. Ming's got a little connection with the guy on the right. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. But two alumni who have been on my podcast and have agreed to come back. Why? Don't know, but I'm happy they did.
I was told I was getting paid a lot of money.
Well, yeah, so. You are. In some level, you're getting paid, whether it's going to be in food and, in one way.
Cash, buddy, cash.
Because we love you, Rob.
All right, fine. I owe him money. Good thing Elena's got a really good career in her stunt work, which I am so proud of you that the transition is really going in the direction that you want. And to see your career blossom. It's interesting, as I have Elena Sanchez and Jeremy London here on the A Game. They've done a movie together, which is out this weekend called Neglected. We're going to get into that. We'll give you the trailer. But I find it interesting. Guys, you're both at different parts of your lives, but you're both very happy with the parts. Elena, I'm going to start with you. It's like everything now is starting to blossom where it's like, okay, I've done all this stunt work for so many years. I've become an elite person in that world. And now suddenly here's the acting thing. We've gone from the Hunger Games to suddenly getting to a point where you're at every festival, you're doing all these things, and you're out there and probably be more visible than ever before. Are you feeling the change that's happening?
Yeah, it's funny because it's been a long time. I mean, I've been doing this 15, 16 years. Yeah. And I feel like it's been such a struggle. Like, you're trying to claw your way forward and to make that transition from stunts to acting. And over the last few years, thanks to people like Miles Doliak, who we love and adore.
I've been on this podcast, I might add. Thank you, Miles.
Yeah.
We love Miles.
Yes, we do.
We love you, Miles.
We love you, Miles.
Through which, I met Jeremy, because Jeremy and I did 3 movies with Miles.
Yeah, this is number 4 coming up. Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, 4. We've done 4, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in a little part in movies that she had a much bigger role, and I just popped my ugly head in a couple of times. But we've had substantial roles together, and
Demigod, Open, and Boneface was the one that was
Open and Boneface is the one. She and I are the leads in that together, which is really cool, and which is why I knew whenever David Lipper called me about Neglected and told me that because I often help him when he was in Mississippi find cast some of the roles,
right?
And he said he was looking for a strong female lead, preferably Hispanic or European, and I just immediately I said I've got you, buddy. And because I know.
So yeah, I don't know if you knew that, Rob, but like the whole reason I got this role on Neglected is thanks to Jeremy.
Wow. That says a lot. And that segues into the point I was going to make about where Jeremy is. And dude, I think you understand when I say it this way. You really were, when I interviewed you 4 years ago, making this transition to being more of a mentor. You had the acting school. You were training people and working with those kids and getting them developed. I think you've taken that on and have said, you know what? I like acting. I love helping people in this art. And if I can continue to do that and do the other things that you're doing, it's like the perfect balance for you. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, the students I had in Mississippi, we made a short film that won the Cannes Film Festival, for goodness sake. So, I love to be a part of other people's success. I like to see people succeed. In our industry, people tend to get jealous a lot, and they don't necessarily like to see other people succeed because it means that they're failing or something. I don't know what it is, but I just take so much joy in watching people grow and watching people succeed, and I'm so proud of Elena. And I mean, if you would have seen her at the premiere in LA, she's a goddess. I mean, she had her whole entourage. I got to have a really fun Hollywood experience 35 years into my career with Elena at the
I think
Chinese Theater
really described that. Post this up. She puts this on Instagram, which I think said it all. You're raising a toast to everybody. Your dad's there. Jeremy's there. I mean, the caption right there, welcome to Hollywood. I mean, it's so much that, and you can take the photo down because we're blacking Elena. Thank you very much. But I mean, it really does.
So lovely to have everyone there, and because it's all thanks. You're only as good as the people around you, you know. And I'm so lucky to have this group of people around me, and just so thankful to then get to experience that. My dad flew in from Switzerland to be there. It was his first red carpet, and it was just so amazing.
He was lovely. My buddy Oscar fell in love with him. I brought my business partner to Hollywood. They just thought it was the coolest thing. We stayed out in Malibu and just had a wonderful experience.
I've seen videos. I've obviously not met Elena's father, but I've seen some videos of him cooking thanks to Elena. And you just sit there and go, he just seems like the chillest and the nicest guy in the world. And it's more like,
it was lovely.
A glass of wine with you and just cook. I'll eat. No problem.
He's the best. And I was like a little worried, you know, when I'm off, I don't know, doing photos and all the things. I was like, oh no, I hope he's not standing off in the corner by himself. People were talking to him all night. The next day, I got so many texts from people saying like, well, I was talking to your dad last night. I love talking to him. And so it was so nice to see how everyone like welcomed him and wanted to talk to him.
There is one more photo I do want to share. It is of the two of you. I believe it's photo number 5. This one says that.
Yes.
That's a phenomenal photo, by the way, of the two of you. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Obviously, you know, the premiere goes really, really well. And Jeremy, you could touch on this a little bit, because I remember when we talked 4 years ago, we were talking about the industry, and we look at a film like Neglected, which is going to be in theaters now. But it seems to me this is like a lot of films that now it's not really about being in the films out in the theaters that long. It is about getting to video, because you're going to reach the masses a little bit more that way. And do you feel that the industry really has changed to that idea of doing that on a regular basis?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, I've had some of my best performances like in open. I think some of my best performances of my life.
I would agree with that.
And because of the proliferation and the amount of outlets now, everything's becoming so saturated that these movies are getting lost even whenever they're being streamed. It's so hard to actually find an audience for a movie. You know, I truly do miss the days whenever, you know, movies went to the theater, or, you know, if you were like, they went to Blockbuster and you could bring it home, you know, or whatever. And now everything is so diluted, and there's so much content, and it gets so spread out, and I don't even know where to find my own movies sometimes, you know.
Oh wow.
and so I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what's better. I don't know where people see more, but I think that, you know, I think movie culture is coming back. The theater culture is coming back.
It is.
A lot of people are going to see movies again, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But it'll never be what it was.
And it's interesting because, Elena, if I pose the same question, you could see it from both angles, because as a stunt person, you've been in some of the biggest films known to man. And then on the other side of the equation, you've done films that have benefited from being on an Amazon Prime. So what's your take?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because there is such a variety, and I am lucky that I get to do both. And it's obviously it is of the huge blockbusters and see them break box office records.
Right.
But when you do these smaller indies, it really is, it's such like an intimate family effort. And sadly, you know, we don't then have the money to market it and put the billboards up and the bus wraps and all that. So those are very much dependent on word of mouth, family, friends going to see them. And with a movie like Neglected, getting it in theaters is a big deal. I mean, it's hard to bring a film into, but you are right. I think the digital release then makes it more accessible to the masses. And so we can only hope that the people will go see it.
And what we're going to do right now, there we go. We're going to, Jeremy's back. What we're going to do right now, this is the perfect time. Well, Jeremy gets settled back in. I have the trailer, which we can put out there. Josh Duhamel is the star of the movie. There is a former Disney star who's really playing against type, in my opinion, because he
crushes it.
Yeah.
Crushes it.
Jeremy, you understand from being a younger star, making the transition. And when you make a transition like this, him going from the sweet life on deck.
Dude, people feel so call him a kid. He's 31 years old.
Right.
People don't understand. He's a man.
Right.
He's not a kid. And it's hard to get out of that. I mean, one of the reasons I do this crap not because I like to look like a cop. I got tired of playing that kid and being called a kid and only being able to play the cool guy that rides the motorcycle and has the attitude. It wasn't taken seriously. Now I get to do things like Boneface and play sheriffs. I get to play cops and grown-up roles, and I know that they're dealing with the same thing.
Well, I was about to say, did you get a chance to talk with him and kind of give him that advice?
Oh, yeah.
You actually understood exactly what he's going through at this stage.
Oh, yeah, because I talked to him, and when he told me he was 31, I was just like, oh man, yeah, because I didn't think I thought he was maybe 24.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And again, like I said, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I didn't even recognize him at first. And I'm sitting there going, that's Sprague? Wait a minute. And to play against type, I mean, first off, it takes guts because that's not an easy thing. And I think you both know this. If you get into this mode where, okay, like you said, Jeremy, they have you in this typecasting of like, they see you as this. Sometimes you need to do this to break the mold and suddenly
it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, well, there you go. And it gives you the chance to maybe get more roles in the long run.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, he can do that.
So you have to show range, Exactly. If they think that you're a one-trick pony, you're going to stay that way.
No doubt about it. Let's take a watch. This is Neglected, now in theaters. Check out the trailer right now.
I want to thank this man for 20 years plus of service to this department. Let's give it up for him.
What does the future hold for the big detective?
Spend as much time with my kid as I can before he heads off to college.
Hi, I'd like to report a murder.
Show me your hands.
I'm only talking to Detective Shaw.
This better be good.
We got a serial killer. You recognize him?
No. Fingerprints?
Kid's fingertips, all burned. Couldn't get a clean print.
Do you have Aaron?
Is he in school?
He's not at school.
What did you do with my son?
I buried him. The timer is telling you that he has less than 9 hours of oxygen left.
You kill me! You kill him! What do you want? I want you to do your job before you retire!
There are 3 murders
Police!
that I need you to solve. And then I'll tell you where your son is. Follow the clues like a real detective would! This is between you and me.
What does he have on you?
3 murders, all staged, and I still don't know why. But everything was planned.
Where is it?
Tick tock, tick tock.
Don't do that!
Dylan Sprouse, Josh Duhamel, action film, a little something for everybody. Elena getting a major role, which, by the way, I want to use this quote that I found in one of the reviews that came out over the weekend, which I think is very encouraging. Josh Duhamel works well opposite the effervescent Elena Sanchez, who is bold and badass.
Wow.
Great review. Great review.
Who did we pay to write that?
Awesome.
That's a good question. But it's really
because it's true.
Yeah.
It's why I knew that you were right for the role.
There you go. And I remember you telling me when you came on with me a couple of years ago, the perfect idea for you is to do the action genre. You definitely feel that if you can incorporate everything that you've learned throughout your life in that world of stunt work and you can apply it to an action film, that would be the perfect. So this is like Jeremy's right, perfect vehicle for you.
Well, hold on one second though, because so there was not a single stunt.
Oh, get out of here. You didn't do any stunts? Wow.
Everyone else had stunts. My character had no stunts. So we show up on set and David Lipper, our director, amazing. He had found out about my background in the meantime. Right. And I show up on set and he's like, oh my God, we have to put in some stunts for you. What if like when Dylan comes into the police station, what if you like parkour over the counter and do a flip to like take him down? But then, so we were filming at a real police station and all the actual officers were our extras. And so we were asking them for advice, like how to play these roles. And they were like, absolutely not. She cannot parkour over the counter. This would not happen in real life. That is so unrealistic. So that idea was nixed pretty quickly. And, you know, it was nice, though, for once to not have to show up with my, like, knee pads and elbow pads and just let everyone else do the action.
There you go. That's a good way.
But I did the first thing. What's the demon movie that we did? What's the call? What was that called again? Demigod. She's great in action, but she's also, I mean, the first time I saw her, she was playing a witch in Demigod.
Right.
And she's stunning, striking. Like, I mean, I was like, who is that? And she's just so good. And I just fell in love with her then. I just knew that how good she was then. And then we got to do Open and spend so much time together. And she learned how to play the drums for Open. And she did it so well.
Me that was the crazy one. By the way, if you get a chance, go back to some of my past episodes. Elena, Jeremy, and the mention of Miles Doliak. He talked about specifically how you had to learn on the fly. You actually did a video of some of the things you were doing, which we played a little bit of, and I was like, "Oh, she picked it up that quickly! Holy crap!"
Yeah.
Well, and also, okay, we have to say, how good is Jeremy in Open? Like, his performance is amazing. He is so good in it. And like, to anyone watching this, go look up Open, go watch it.
Please
Jeremy kills it. He crushes it in that role.
And the funny thing is, Jeremy, when you came on, you were just starting to hint about this role that you had that you couldn't get too into, but you were excited about it because of the things you were able to do in the film Open.
Yeah, you know, I've never had a movie written for me, really. And Miles and his lovely wife, they kind of wrote this movie for all of us around, you know, something that they wanted to see me do, you know, like be able to. So I got to really kind of be that kind of crazy, that not just the, you know, I got to be crazy, you know, it was fun. It's just fun. The whole movie, and I got to sing and do all these fun things. And you know, it just, the whole thing is such a Twilight Zone episode. But you know, once again, these are these things, these movies that are so good and they have such a unique approach. Miles is such a good filmmaker. Yeah. And it just, you know, it is frustrating that more people don't get to see them, you know.
It's true.
I wouldn't even know where to tell you to go to find Open now. Maybe Amazon.
I think,
you know, I know the Tubi maybe. I know Boneface is on Tubi, I believe.
I do. Yeah, that's true.
Boneface like blew up on Tubi.
Yes, it did. A lot of people like that movie. I mean, it's really good. It's, you know, when you tell people it's a slasher, you know, in the camp in the woods, people are like, we have already seen this movie. But you haven't, though. That's what's good about it. We actually found a way to really still keep that sort of, that old time-worn sort of tale. We gave it a still exciting edge. You still are on the edge of your seat. You don't know who did it, and it's still a great whodunit. It doesn't matter, and all of the performances are amazing. They're so good.
Jeremy, you bring out a great point, because I was talking with Elena before this. We compare films to other films. It's just the way it goes sometimes. And seeing the trailer, when I first saw the trailer and Neglected, the first thing that hit me was like going, this is a much better version of the John Cena film 12 Rounds, where he's literally going through 12 different things to try to get to rescuing the girlfriend.
That's too much.
It's too thank you.
Too much.
You hit it on the head. That's what didn't work about 12 Rounds. It just kind of dragged on. It never really, it was like too little to too much, you know, 3 murders. Now you got the attention and you can be riveted into it, where you're going through these 12 rounds. It's like not enough being loaned on each end and you get lost in the process. Like,
you shortchange yourself on important things, and then everything else gets diluted and you forget about all of it anyway, because there's too much. I love that Michael's able to take a you know, this sort of old style of making a movie, you know, the slasher camper in the woods, and then find the actors and Miles Doliak and our director of photography, who basically helped guide Michael, who was a first-time director. You know, I just think that all of the actors we got made it happen. But you know, it ultimately comes down to post-production, the music that you get, you know, all of that stuff as well. And Miles did an incredible job with that. So Miles Doliak is kind of our hero. I mean, he's put us together so many times, and he's a new dad. So he's kind of he's slowed down a bit. And so I'm happy for him and Lindsay. And They just they good people. I love them.
They are great people, and I am wishing him well with the upcoming season with the New Orleans Saints. I mean, he is so diehard with that damn team. I mean, I know exactly. Tyler Shuck, please give him something. Neglected. I got to mention a couple people. As you did mention, David Lipper, Latigo Films is his film company, which is releasing the film. He has a small part in the movie, and I did recognize Til Schweiger. And as far as acting goes, I'm going to recommend the film from 2002 in his career. He's done some bigger films. But if you ever watch the HBO film based on Joe Louis and Max Schmeling, and he played Max Schmeling in the movie, he's brilliant. It is worth a check out. It was one of those films that was an HBO-only film, but he nailed it. He just really encompassed the relationship that Joe Louis and Max Schmeling had back in the...
What is that one called?
It's called Joe and Max.
Oh.
Joe and Max.
He plays a good Nazi.
Yeah. But again, Schmeling was it's a fascinating story of what Schmeling had to go through at that point, dealing with the politics of Germany and knowing that he was placed on this pedestal that he did not want to be on, and the friendship that developed between him and Joe Louis that a lot of people didn't realize.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's like
fascinating.
If you get a chance, definitely check out the movie for sure. And one other person we do have to mention is in the film because, well, it's a family thing. Jeremy, how did Jason get in this film, your brother?
He's very lucky. He happens to. He's very lucky. He happens to know people.
There you go.
No, David has put my brother and I think 4 of his movies together. We've been in a lot of, and it's always because, first of all, we happen to be in Mississippi. I was in Mississippi, not necessarily my brother at first. And I helped encourage more filmmaking there and stuff like that. So David kept coming back, which was wonderful. And he just kept having these great roles for my brother and I. We did a movie called The Hunt Club with Casper Van Dien and Mina Suvari.
Right.
I mean, we just got my brother and I played these 2 really, really evil, mean dudes. I mean, it's about taking women out into the woods and hunting them. I mean, it's really, really wild.
It's amazing to me because you went through so many decades where the 2 of you were just kind of branched off and did what you did. And then it takes this one person, all of a sudden, here's 4 films of you guys together.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I have to go watch that one, although... No?
Elena's like, wait a minute, do I want to watch this? Wait a minute.
David did not direct that one. David wound up directing it at the end, but there was a certain somebody hired that maybe might have had their own ideas of how a movie should be made, and I'll just say they were wrong.
There you go.
And so it was one of those movies that kind of had to be sort of rescued. But it was fun. Met a lot of wonderful people. We wore weird clothes. But it's just, it's one of those movies that, it's kind of makes you nauseous because of the subject matter. And then especially with what's going on in the world right now, when you're finding out all of this stuff is true. I mean, there's a certain element to Neglected that you find out while there's sort of a reveal. And I thought, how sort of far-fetched this reveal is. It seemed kind of out there. But I swear I got back to Pennsylvania, and the next day I found in the news there was a post on people doing exactly what. Yeah,
you sent that to me.
Remember that? Yeah, you see that? The people doing exactly what we touch on in this movie.
Wow.
And so there is also a valid sort of reveal in this that's kind of topical that I didn't realize was so topical.
Look on your websites to find out what theaters it's running in. It will definitely go to video at some point. The film is Neglected. I'm happy to have Elena Sanchez and Jeremy London here on the A Game. Before I get to random shots, Jeremy, I am going to mention, welcome to Bucks County, Pennsylvania. You moved up here within the last year.
So glad to be here. I
want to share a video of what you've been doing out there. And let me explain something. When Jeremy was doing some of his cooking videos, I said flat out, why is he not doing something on the Food Network? When you see this, and this is what he's been doing, and it is the video in the middle, by the way. I'm pointing, the one in the middle, not the one on the left, the one on the middle.
Oh, boy.
All right. Take a look at what he's been doing since he's come to Bucks County. You're looking at the bottom middle in the video. Yeah, you got to point it out to get the right one. Here we go.
Hey, Jeremy London here with Oscar's Tree and Stone Veneer. Day 2 back at Camp Nockamixon in Kintnersville, Pennsylvania. Our crew is working hard. This stucco that's on this old property from the 1700s. It's giving them, it's giving them heck, man. It's not easy, but that's why we're good at what we do. These guys are amazing, and they're getting in there and they're revealing the history of this place.
Now,
how cool is that?
That's just one part. That's just one part of what we do. We also have a tree removal business, and we're opening a restaurant.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so
Yes.
what are we looking at? Like sometime summer 27, maybe?
June 1st.
June
1st. We just got approved by the health department, and so we're off and running. Actually, next Saturday we're having our. I wish you could be here, Elena, but I know you're going to be in France. We're having our first sort of invite where we bring people in and to test the food that we're going to be, that we're going to have when we start testing our systems, our computer systems, and all of that stuff, and start getting people's opinions. That way, whenever we open on June 1st, where we know all the food's good, we know how all the systems work, and so we're starting to beta test everything basically. But we're literally in like a 3-week sort of timetable now, to where every day new stuff's coming in and new equipment, and food's going to come in tomorrow. A lot of food is going to be delivered tomorrow.
And this brings me to the point of what we talked about at the beginning. Note to self, how I'm paying Jeremy in cash. I'm buying dinner at the restaurant. So anyway, there you go. Got that down.
Yeah, we got that. That's binding, by the way. It's on video.
No, hey, word is bond, brother. You know I'm good for it. I definitely
got a bunch of witnesses.
I have a witness.
Yes, witnessed. All right, random shots here on the A game. All right, so I'm doing something I've only done once before in 139 episodes. This is where we get to know how well they know each other, because they've done 4 films together. So random questions, best of 5. There's 2 that go to each other about the other, and then there's a tiebreaker if we are tied. So I'm going to start with Elena. I'm going with the obvious here. Give me photo number 3. Go there. You are taking a look at the photo. Who's Jeremy? Who's Jason?
Wait. Oh my God. Can we zoom in?
Can you get full screen on that for me? Could you do that? Give me a full screen on that. There we go. That's about as good as I got. All right.
Okay. I think Jeremy's in the blue shirt.
Jeremy?
I'm in the brown suit, blue shirt. Yes, that's me.
Yes, you got it. All right, bring up everybody now. Okay, there you go. And there you go.
Wow.
I had to go there. I mean, I was like, all
that's great. That's great.
Yeah, all right. Jeremy, here's the one about Elena, and this is what I learned when I was doing my podcast. She is an alumni of Cornell University. You did gymnastics back in the day, did you not, Elena?
I did.
I did. Okay, and you will answer the question. Jeremy, out of all the disciplines in gymnastics, what do you think was Elena's best event in gymnastics?
Tumbling.
I would say that's floor exercise. I'd say tumbling would be that. Elena?
I don't know enough about gymnastics to be able to tell you. I don't know that pommel horse thing.
That would be the vault. I mean,
the vault, right?
The vault. Elena, what was it?
Uneven bars.
Uneven bars.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Wow, I didn't even know that. To show off her flexibility, photo number 2.
That's impressive.
There you go. I mean, this is, by the way, it's on Elena Sanchez's website, so no, I'm not being a dirty man.
That's amazing.
That's scary.
My friend Josh
amazing.
already took that photo. He's amazing.
That's an amazing shot. That's
I think I'm good just doing yoga, and I see that, and I'm going, yeah, I'm nothing. I mean,
that made my stomach hurt just thinking about how bad. How many muscles I would rip in my ribs. I would separate ribs.
Jeremy, you and I just ripped 6 muscles looking at
that hurt.
All right, we go Elena to Jeremy. This will be interesting. In the movie Mallrats, there is what I like to call the dating game scene where TS is taking over and sneaking in on the stage so we can win back his love. There are 3 contestants in this game. Is he bachelor number 1, bachelor number 2, or bachelor number 3? You got a 1 in 3 chance, so at least you can randomly guess.
Number 2.
Photo number 7, please. He's number 1.
That's number 1.
Jason Lee was number 2, and Brian O'Halloran was number 3.
What, you mean our educated girl from Cornell isn't a huge Mallrats fan?
Well, you just heard something about
shocking.
I'm a horrible friend. I have not actually seen Mallrats, and now I will go out and watch it.
It's kind of what I'm the most famous for, but I mean, it's not what defines my career.
No.
But it's a fun movie. I mean, it's still a lot of fun. It holds up after 30.
Next time we're back on the podcast together, you can ask me all the questions about it because I will have watched it.
Keep in mind, Jeremy is coming to a Comic-Con near you sometime this summer, and it's mainly because of Mallrats. Exactly.
Always because of Mallrats.
I'm this Comic-Con and get my photo and autograph with you.
Elena,
I was just invited to one in Birmingham, England that I cannot attend because my son will be with me. But it's all Mallrats. It's all because of Mallrats.
Real quick, before I get to the next question, since you brought him up, and I didn't bring him up, I am an idiot for this. Jeremy, you're doing a film with your son, aren't you?
I did a movie with my oldest son, Lyric. Yes. He's the lead in the last movie that I did called Badass Bear.
Yeah.
It's really good, and he's amazing in it. And in fact, he's so good in it that the people that hired him have already he's already done like 3 or 4 more auditions for different movies that they're a part of, and been recommended by them to other people for different roles. I'm so proud of him.
I know how much Lyric means to you. I mean, for God's sake, you got his name tattooed on your arm. That says everything, for God's sake. Here,
got both my boys, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Wyatt's over here somewhere. There he is.
There. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're still tied at 1, so we can either break the tie or go to the tiebreaker. This is where I go Jeremy to Elena. Oh, okay. This ought to be interesting. Elena had a moment with actor Damian Bashir, and I found out about this when we were podcasting, regarding his 2024 released film, A Circus Talk and a Love Song. What happened to Elena with this film, which is not uncommon in Hollywood?
She wound up on the editing room floor.
She did, unfortunately. Yes.
I don't even know this story, and I know this story.
I full admission, when I saw this, I was so excited for her, and then she tells me, "Sir Rob, I didn't make the cut." I was like, "Oh my God!" I felt like such an idiot.
It's the cruelest part of what we do,
right?
But you know, if you watch the original version of Mallrats, the director's cut of Mallrats,
right,
and then you watch the version of Mallrats that actually got released. Where we went back even a year later and we reshot the opening scene of the movie. There's a reason things wind up on the editing room floor, and it's not personal. It's not personal that when you get everything onto celluloid or onto film or video and you start putting it all together, sometimes things don't work together. Sometimes things don't time out.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. It's the most heartbreaking part of what we do. In fact, the other night when we went to the premiere, we had the premiere in LA. Right. The actress that played Josh Duhamel's wife in it, I also helped get her involved with this movie. And you only hear her voice on the other end of the phone. Hold on. You only hear her voice on the other end of the phone the whole time. And the entire time was having that sort of like, oh no, I sure hope I hope they didn't cut her out of the movie the whole time. And then finally, you see her at the end of the movie. I was like, oh, thank God.
Right.
I literally was like, if this poor girl came all the way to Los Angeles to see this movie and they only show her on the other end of that phone. Yeah.
And that she's got, her scene is so good. She's so good.
It's very good. It's very good. She did such a wonderful job.
Well, that makes it.
So the thing with Damien, like, luckily I knew he reached out to me and apologized before the movie came out. But what Jeremy just mentioned, I have shown up to a huge red carpet premiere for a film I did, only to find out in the theater as we were that my scene was cut.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's
That
I learned that
was
lesson. I learned that lesson early on. One of the very first movies I ever did was this TV movie with Peter Coyote and on, just back in the day, whenever they did TV movies of the week and all of that stuff. And I played the flower boy that delivers flowers to him in the beginning of the scene, beginning of the movie. And they completely revoiced me with somebody else's voice. And I was so crushed. I was so embarrassed. Had the family there and the friends, everybody there to watch me pop up in one scene. I was so excited about it. And then some squeaky voice came out of my, I was like, you gotta be kidding. But it was probably good because then, I went on to be on I'll Fly Away, my first television series.
Right.
And we won the Emmy for best drama, and then were promptly canceled. So I learned all the good lessons early on,
You did.
Yeah.
All right, I'll break this tie because it is 1-1, and this will be Jeremy about Elena. I'm going to give you the choice of either going Marvel, DC, or languages. Which one do you want, Jeremy? Languages. Okay, in the tiebreaker, as you know, Elena has a lot of different cultures in her life. How many languages do you think she speaks?
Well, I know that she speaks German and Spanish fluently and English fluently, and she dabbles in French. So there's 4 at least. So
look at Elena's face.
That's it. That was the perfect answer.
There you go.
So are you saying that Jeremy wins?
Yes. And by the way, the other question I had, it was like within 2, because of her stunt work, how many films in the Marvel DC world has she done stunt work in? According to IMDb, which we don't know how accurate that is.
I don't know the answer to that. What does IMDb say?
According to IMDb, you've been in 8.
Okay.
You've done.
IMDb has me very busy also.
Well, yeah, apparently you got 19 films either in pre, post, or in development, brother.
He's a badass.
He is a badass. I'm going to mention the film one more time. It is neglected. It is in theaters thanks to Inaugural Entertainment, who got started only a year ago for releasing the film. Also, once again, we thank David Lipper and Latigo Films for producing the film. Find it in theaters. Find it in the streaming platforms very, very soon. And the only reason I'm cutting this off, Elena, you're heading out to where now?
I'm going to France to go to Cannes.
Yeah, her life sucks. Really.
Our world traveling. Cornell grad.
You guys, as I'm wandering the French Riviera.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Jeremy, Elena, always a pleasure. Jeremy, seriously, the restaurant, I'll be there. You just
thank you. It's called Tortugas. We're in Ottsville, Pennsylvania, in Kittnersville, and it's going to be amazing. We're right across from Lake Nockamixon, and exciting times.
Absolutely. Guys, congratulations on a movie. Thanks for taking part of your busy Sunday and spending some time with me here. This was an absolute pleasure as always.
Thanks for having us, man. And I got to see this beautiful lady. Anytime I get to see her and talk to her, it makes my day. So,
Absolutely. Hey, listen, I'm going to be back on, I believe.
Safe flight, baby.
Yeah, next I'll be back on in about a week with singer-songwriter Tim Montana, so please join me for that. Until then, for Elena Sanchez and Jeremy London, I'm Rob Acampora. This is The A Game. See you very soon.